What's up, guys? So here is commentary episode 3 with Conquer Gaming. I'm Phuriated, and I'm going to be joined by XLEK and Zursky. So this gameplay that we're watching right here are two very good teams. One is undoubtedly better, though. We have AMP going against legendary Team Instincts. Now, we're going to be watching Heretic CTF, so let's kick it off with Minority, bro. So starting out, he's just putting shots on players from the other base, kind of weakening them out as they're pushing two different sides of the map. Still just kind of chilling in his base, putting shots in Roy. That's a pretty good play because when you just sit in their base, put shots in people, you're really weakening them, limiting their ability to push up on the map and gain map control. But he does get cleaned up by a nasty nade from Lunchbox. So we have 2 down for AMP as he pushes up to his base. And as this game is kind of slow and unravels, XLEK, how do you think this game is going to go?
Well, I mean, the kids on blue team, I've actually played against a couple of them in the past, and a couple of them are decent. But they are going against a top pro team, Instinct, and I mean, they've won events. I'm not sure if this team that was formed won an event, but most of them have title championships. But I have a strong feeling it looks like they're playing good. They haven't. I mean, Instinct should have already pulled the flag cap, but I mean, I think my eggs are going to go in the blue team's basket.
For sure. What about you, Zursky?
I really have no hope in blue team. I mean, I just see Instinct blowing them out, honestly.
Alright, well, it doesn't look like that's happening so far, so we're going to see the boys in blue, well, the guys on blue team, basically. Team AMP go up 1-0 against Instinct. They look pretty strong. I mean, I'm seeing a couple sloppy plays by Minority here, but overall, they're up 1-0 against Instinct. So if they can kind of play a little stronger than this, I mean, there's always room for playing stronger. If they do that, then they will definitely shut this game out fast because it looks like they're hitting Instinct where they do not expect it. So we see... Okay, so I'm going to go back and analyze this play. So, of course, we are on board here with Minority. And, okay, so he's just kind of bouncing up and down on the lift here. Now, I would not consider that a very good play. If he pushed up, he could have killed Flag before he exited the... Or he could have killed Cloud before he exited the base. One shot, therefore, giving them a player advantage. Now, also, right here, Minority sees 2 players looking at him, 2 players potentially pushing him, and 1 is pulling Flag. Now, he knows if they get that flag in their base, it's a cap. So right now, the play that needs to be made is a flag being pulled. So we're going to see a Minority really delaying that flag pull. I mean, we can just go back and watch. I rewinded a little too much. But we can see Minority, once again, bouncing on the lift here, putting shots in Cloud. He could have gotten the cleanup. But we're going to see him right here. This is the point where he should have decided to pull the flag. Instead, he's going to challenge Lunchbox and then pull it, thus dying. Once again, that's just one of those cruel mistakes you can't really make against a top team and expect to win. XLEK, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, you have to. I mean, in an intense situation like that, I mean, if you realize he actually got 3 shots on Lunchbox. Lunchbox was 1 shot, and Lunchbox killed him.
Yeah.
So I mean, and the fact is, he could have thrown the flag out the front.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: he has no support by his teammates. He has no support by his teammates, so it doesn't matter in that situation how many shots he gets on Lunchbox. There were 2 players up against 1, which was him. In that situation, I think the best play would have just been to get the flag out of there so that it wasn't a cap. But however, they did get the return, so at the end of the day, the play turned out in their favor. So we're going to see right now 4 down for AMP, so I'm going to be expecting a pick from Instinct. Let's see where it goes. It looks like they're just taking it top mid right now. We have Roy and Lunchbox kind of rallying the flag between each other.
And they actually killed Flag.
Yes, they did, and we're gonna see Minority Bro before he gets sliced, kind of just touch the flag. That's because if he dies, It's going to take the other team a little longer because they do have to get that recov, but eventually they do get the cap, and we're going to see a 1-1 game. So, Zursky, if you could see one issue that AMP is making, what do you think that issue would be?
They're just not playing together. All you see is Minority just charging alone and just always being by himself. I think either A, he's not being really aware of where his teammates are, or B, his teammates just aren't being aggressive enough.
Alright, I'm gonna, yeah, and I mean, I can agree with you that, because this play right here backs it up. So let's see what happens here. We have Minority spawning bottom blue base, and he spots Cloud P2. He's like, okay, I'm gonna kill Cloud. At this point, he's chasing Cloud while there are 2 guys behind him, with which one has the flag pulled. He's getting too close-minded on a single player instead of seeing the big picture. A good play would be for him to get Cloud down to 1 shot, which he did, turn around and start putting shots on the opponent's running flag. It would take Cloud about 5 seconds to get his shields, thus keeping him, I guess, off the battlefield for a couple of seconds while they stop that flag. And then when Cloud pops out, they can get the team shot on him. But that's not exactly how the play turned out, and because of it, Instinct capitalized and got a cap. That's why Instinct and every other top tier team is so good. They properly capitalize on most easy situations. Instinct saw the issue this amateur team made, capitalized on it, and got a cap. So we're already starting to kind of see what separates them as a squad. You know, they're not playing with the unity that they should be playing at, and you have Elamite Warrior completely dumping on Minority. So let's see what kind of spawn he gets. By the way, 3 down for AMP. So he's going to get a P1 spawn, and he spots a guy top window. And okay, once again, same mistake. He spawns P1, he sees Roy their window. Instead of pushing into their base, or making any other play, I guess, he runs out in front. Now, yes, he does kill Roy, but because he overextended so much on such a small map control based map like Heretic, he gets cleaned up, thus trading. And his team doesn't look like they're set up in a map control position, so therefore the trade almost becomes pretty irrelevant. So a better play would have been to maybe try to get some map control, maybe push in their base. Pretty much, I think that he picked the worst play to make in that situation. But they're only down by 1, and if we can see some energy, if we can see some teamwork come out of this AMP squad, then they can definitely pull the win off. I mean, they're still in the game here. I just want to see a better effort. So what do you think, Zursky?
Yeah, right now I think they can. It's just they are making so many small mistakes that are really costing them.
Yeah, I mean, I think what separates an amateur player from a top player isn't the big plays. I mean, let's be honest, a top player does make a lot bigger plays than amateur players. Usually, don't count me on that, but usually top players make lots of big plays that win them games. But I think what mainly separates, you know, Cloud from Minority is the difference in the small mistakes they make. If one player on your team is constantly making small mistakes, they add up, you know. Each small mistake might be bad positioning, you know, missing shots, things like that. Those mistakes add up to lose you caps, and they lose you games. So really, as a player like Minority, just focus on making the best plays in each situation, and always learn from your mistakes.
Like there, a little mistake. He doesn't challenge the 1-shot, giving his team control.
Yeah,
instead,
right here.
He challenges Elamite.
Yeah, right here we have. I think that's Cloud down there. Don't read me up on that, or don't hold me on that. But Cloud was 1-shot out in front of the base right here. Instead, he throws a nade, assuming to, I don't know.
That was Lunchbox.
Okay, Lunchbox. He throws a nade trying to kill him or contest him, instead of just going for the kill. But instead, he challenges Elamite, maybe hoping to get a 2-shot beatdown. I'm not exactly sure. Once again, if Minority is going to die, he should at least go for a trade instead of challenging the player that's full shields. Now we're going to see Lunchbox, full shields, back in the action, laying down shots from Car. And kind of a sick nade. There's not much you can do about that. But we see Instinct pulling it to the purple, the P side of the map here. And Minority gets a very good spawn. Kills Elamite off spawn, gets Cloud really weak, potentially shutting down that cap. He killed 2 before he died. I would credit that a lot to the spawn he got. But let's see if Instinct gets his flag cap. Okay, so they did get that flag cap despite Minority's plays. They're down 1-4 right now. I mean, there's not much you can say. Instinct is just holding down map control. They're playing more as a team. They are, they're eliminating a lot of the bad mistakes or a lot of the mistakes that this AMP squad is making. But it's not over till it's over. So if this squad really minimizes a lot of the mistakes they're making, then they can definitely pull this victory out. Now here is another play I'm going to talk about. Okay, so we have Minority who pushes up into their base here. Okay, so he sees a player, Cloudy, and he gets the team shot off. So it's a very good play, or good teamwork, I should say. But at this point, he gets shot. So he's assuming it's the guy top mid, which it is. It's the guy pushing from top purple to top mid. So he gets shots put into him. But instead of taking the flag out of their base and dying with it, he pretty much does nothing and dies. In this situation, I think a lot of plays would have been better, and I think a play he should have made was to try to at least get the flag a little closer to his teammates. I mean, he didn't want to bring the flag all the way out because he knows there's a guy top mid right here, Elamite, waiting for him. But let's be honest, Elamite kills him anyways. Elamite knows what he's going to do because he's a smart player. Minority, I mean, if we take a look at where the flag's positioned, it's still in their base. Minority maybe should have tried to bring it to Bubble or just try to get it down Car a little more because, I don't know, he
had the cover. He had the cover to do that, and he could have got his shields back and team shotted the guy top mid. And that would have been a cap. I wouldn't say a cap. It would have been a better play.
Yeah,
There's just other ways you can have done that.
I don't completely understand why he didn't get his shields. I don't know why he just pushed out, assuming that, I don't know what he was assuming, but I definitely think he should have maybe gotten his shields, tried to get the flag out a little farther, use more cover from the bubble. I'm not sure. But anyways, they might be running in their second flag cap, and so they do. Elamite almost makes a pretty clutch stop, but they get their second flag cap. They're only down by 2, so once again, they're still in this game.
And they've already pulled it all the way to their base again.
Yeah, exactly. If they really eliminate some of these mistakes, then they can win this flag. So we're going to see the flag is down bottom blue base. Roy's down there also with it. Not sure why Roy wasn't on that recov. Roy does get a pretty clutch trade, but I definitely think that Roy should have been on that recov. But because Roy stuck Minority, that disabled anybody from picking up the cap or picking up the flag, thus leading to a recov. So we're going to see Minority pushed up into the red base, putting 2 shots into Cloudy. Watching the Car side, Lunchbox gets cleaned up, and that's going to be 2 down for Instinct. I also noticed that this team isn't pulling enough flags. Lots of teams really hesitate when it comes to pulling flags. Lots of teams really want to wait till it's either 3 or 4 dead. That's just not the case. Even if over half the team is alive, as long as you have map control, as long as you're looking down at them, you can pull the flag. You just have to make sure that your team is completely set up to help you. And once again, I think Minority overextended on that kill a little too much. The other player did have a sword, so it probably was a good thing that Minority killed him, even though it was a trade. They really have to start playing flawless if they want to win this game, though. Do you have any thoughts there, Zursky?
Yeah, I mean, right now you see Instinct, like for example, about a minute ago there, you saw Cloud soaring out challenging a guy from P2 when all he honestly had to do is just stay alive and hold down P2 until his teammates caught up with him. But right now I'm just seeing Instinct honestly overextending individually and getting picked off and basically allowing this Ant team to gain control.
Yeah, and wow, we see a pretty incredible flag stop, a nice double kill from Minority, and right there is a good play, bringing the flag outside of the base rather than sitting on the flag as a sitting duck trying to get the recub. He had a teammate there with him. He didn't have to sit there on the recub. His job was to get the flag out as far as he could, which is what he did. He gets a good spawn. Now he's just holding down P2. This is what I want to see. I want to see less running around, more map control. If you stay P2 half the game and leave P2 when flag is being pulled, or if you just stay there and catch the spawn, that's how you need to play maps like Heretic. It's pretty much a midship from Halo 2, and it is all about map control. It is all about the purple side of the map, or the pink side of the map. It's all about just setting up and getting on top of your opponent, and right now, I'm not really seeing that from Minority. I mean, I saw it a little while ago, but look, he's completely rotated the entire map. So I definitely think if they step up their map control game a little more, hopefully they can start slaying a little better. I mean, let's go back to the play Minority just made. Minority rewinded a little too far. Okay, so we have Minority pushing in on red base. Okay, so right here, Minority spots 2 players. Okay, you can see the guy beneath his gun, or in between it, I guess. Okay, so look, he spots 2 players in the enemy base. At this moment, he needs to get the hell out of there. Okay, once again, you're playing a top tier team. Everybody on their team is extremely personally skilled. You can't out BR 2 people at once. I mean, you can, but let's be honest, what are the chances? Minority needs to get the hell out of there. Instead, he's just putting shots on the other team. Lunchbox gets the spawn and just cleans him up. Minority was in a situation to stay alive, but because he didn't run as fast as he could, that just didn't happen. So, we're gonna see Minority with a PQ
There was 4
spawn.
down for Instinct right there.
Yeah, there was 4 down. They actually did get the flag out here. Let's see if Minority can hold down map control and let me back up. This pisses me off. Okay, so we have, okay, so let's kind of look at the map, okay, or look what's going on. Okay, so they have the flag car right now. All Minority has to do is stay top mid and put shots in his opponents. Rather than doing that, he drops down bottom mid where he can be killed from the bottom of the opponent's base, which he gets killed right here from the bottom of the opponent's base. All he had to do, ladies and gentlemen, was stay top mid and put shots on everybody he saw. But because of that bad play, Amp is down, all 4 players. Minority is the first off spawn. They're really going to have to step it up here. We have Minority with a clutch stick on Cloud. That might have single-handedly stopped the flag cap. XLEK, what do we need to see out of Amp to pull this off? I mean, obviously they're making sort of a comeback. He just naded his teammate. That's awesome. I mean, they were down 1-4. Now they're back 3-4. What do we need to see for them to finish off this game?
Well, I mean, it's 4-4 right now. I mean, they're making plays, but it's not like they're making plays that aren't really good. It's not like normal people or normal players make. It's a random. They're just I mean, Instinct is just choking because they're soaring out at kids because they think, you know, they're up 4-0.
Yeah,
but
let's go over this play real fast. And I also do agree with that. I think that Instinct is overconfident about how good they are. I mean, they are an amazing squad. Let me repeat that. They are amazing at the game, but you really can't overestimate anybody, even when you're playing a semi-pro team. Now, let's look at what happens here. So we have Elamite Warrior dropping from P3 one-shot. Okay, goes for the beatdown. I understand. He misses. Goes for the stick. Bad play. Hit the guy. Come on, Minority. Hit the guy. Oh, wait, he jumped? Come on, Minority. Clean the guy. There you go. Oh, but wait. Because you took so long, he threw a nade. Made you one shot. Cloud cleaned you up. Cloud was weak to start with. That was a double kill for Minority. And there's a guy off the spawn bottom red who just got stuck. That was potentially a triple kill. Okay, so once again, that is a small play that really dug a knife in his back, but we're gonna see 3 down for Instinct, and the final cap is being ran for Amp. I don't think anybody's there to stop it. We have Cloud. Cloud gets cleaned up by Minority. Is that it? That's it. I'm actually kind of shocked how they did that. I mean, I felt like it was dominating the whole game.
Yeah, I think they were just making plays, like, they were making plays that I don't think they were trying to make. You know what I mean? Like, they were just playing. They weren't thinking.
Yeah,
they were just making ruthless plays, just jumping around the map and playing, like, top mid. Like, think about that. He dropped bottom mid to get 1 kill. If he stayed top mid, if you didn't even realize that, I mean, I don't remember if he actually got the kill or if his teammate bottom mid got the kill, but if he stayed top car, there was 2 kids rushing car. Instinct was rushing bottom mid at that point, all 4 of them. That wasn't a good play by them. That was not a good play. Even though they spawned the base, they could have lifted up the base 1 person, other people ran bottom.
Yeah, but I definitely, like, alright, look, I mean, I'll take this play for example. Instinct was running the flag, I think their 5th flag, they were running it car. Minority stuck Cloud, probably single-handedly stopping the flag cap. They're making plays that they're not set up to be making. I mean, that stick, I mean, obviously you throw the grenade to kill people, but stopping a flag with 1 grenade, I think that Instinct got a little unlucky, but I think mostly they just started getting sloppy when they were up 4-1. They started overextending. Yeah. And Minority's team, Amp, I think they just started kind of making plays out of their ass. I mean, I don't want to sit here and say they're a bad team. I know they're a good squad. They just took down Instinct. That is a feat alone. But just from the looks, you know, there was not a lot of good plays being made. I mean, what do you think, Zursky?
I honestly think the mid-game play, I think Instinct, they saw they were up 4-1. They might have got a little too cocky, and some of the players, like I said, Cloud, and I think 1 or 2 times Roy saw they just started overextending just enough to get picked, and kind of gave Amp a little too much map control, allowing them to catch up in the game. And then as far as winning the game, I think Amp just made so many like clutch/lucky kills, mostly those 2 sticks you saw towards the end of the game, that really just kind of gave them the win all from luck. You know, it wasn't really like a skill play, but it just happened and it went in their favor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I mean, guys, let's be honest. That is a 4-1 comeback, despite, you know, how they did it. Pretty intense. I want to thanks to everybody who's watching this. I want you guys to have a nice day. Check us out at www.conquergaming.com. And this is Phuriated, joined by XLEK and Zursky. And I'll see you guys later.
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 Oh.